Hope you're doing well tonight.
Doing very well. Just was
We're gonna get our hands nice and dirty. We're gonna talk about Monday Night Raw. Yes,
yes, we
ladies and
are.
gentlemen, boo and hiss us, motherfucking boo and hiss us all day long. Boo is we're
Ooh,
talking about wrestling
no.
and WWE. We're hypocrites. Yeah, boo. Get it out the way. Yeah, yeah. Comment down below. I know you motherfuckers are gonna calm down below and or sorry, calm down below. Comment down below and tell me boo hiss. Okay, all right, get it out the way. We're portraying our our WWE protesting, but we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't watch WWE or highlights or something. Because
Yeah, highlight.
we got to talk about this shitty company
Yes,
and Roman Reigns. Lots and lots of
yes,
Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns is becoming
Roman,
my father from another mother. You know.
Roman Reigns, Roman,
But
Roman Reigns.
by the
Sorry.
way, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're also going to talk big time about uh NBA. We're gonna talk about Janie Buss. Guys, bear with me. It's been a minute. I don't know how to podcast. Sorry, brain scrambled. There you go. It's been a minute. So bear with me. Um, so we're gonna talk about Janie Buss. We're gonna talk about the Lakers as a whole. We're gonna talk about some football news because week one of the preseason. Here we are. We're also going to talk about a lot of NBA stuff going down, like the Kawhi Leonard stuff. So we're going to start with Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk about it because Raw was all over the place, and it's
Yes, it
usually
was
WWE is usually all over the
all over the place.
usually.
It is. So then, so now we start. So now we got to start off with what's going on. At least, well, they started off in the beginning with the women's division with Stephanie Vaquer, Becky Lynch, and the female Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm saying to myself, okay, so what are we gonna do with that? Then again, WWE is gonna try to find a way to have themselves a little fill and put them in a triple threat match, and Stephanie Vaquer goes over and regains her title. I don't know.
um, it's typical WWE. Eat, sleep, breathe, repeat.
Yeah, but
I mean, let's keep it for real. Where you see the two companies right now. Now I will say this: you see where the two companies strategize, like, right. I know we compare a lot between companies, but really the two that you guys out there in the audience compare is AEW all the time to us. And I will tell you straight up, if you compare the two women's division, I would rather have a drink of AEW over WWE right now. They're putting out 40-year-olds, and to me Becky Lynch has had the title way too many times.
that's true. And Becky Lynch is
And
close to
Becky
40.
and Becky and Becky just got the title for the Intercontinental. How many times now? 3 times.
One, two, yeah, three.
So at this point, we're putting Becky back to another situation where you didn't need her. You don't need her,
No,
but I understand why they're doing it because they got to have the big sexy star there in filler for Rhea Ripley
yeah.
or what's
Well,
going on. Because right now on SmackDown, it's atrocious. The stuff that's going
yeah,
on
because
SmackDown is worse than Raw. If you had to go by the two, they're just as equally bad. But if I had to pick
yeah,
the two worst divisions, I would have to say it would be Raw and SmackDown on the field at this point.
yes. So basically, for me, when I looked at the segment, I'm saying, okay, Bakura is back. Yeah, you kind of held it back a little bit for return because she was supposed to return at SummerSlam right after that match against Io, but they decided to do it the Raw after SummerSlam with Becky Lynch. So now they're prop they're gonna do a triple threat with that one at Sunday night's main event
Yeah, the
in, in
counteract,
Atlanta.
the counteract programming that they're stacking like a pay per view. By the way,
But
guys, I'm not going to give you a review score
no,
of Monday Night
me
Raw.
neither.
This is how I do my things. If they have so many commercials, I'm not really going to give it a review score because, to be honest with you, now they're doing picture to commercial. They shrink down they shrink down the event to one spot on Netflix and then give you an ad and then get rid of the commentary completely. And they're doing the same shit that they're doing on ESPN. It's becoming appalling to me. It's actually becoming raw. Like it's vomiting bad
Yes,
at this point. Um, but that's my
it is.
personal opinion. Like I said, I will agree with uh Wrestle Talk. Like if you're giving me more than 40% of commercials, I'll give you a review score. This one was
Yeah.
50-50. 50% commercials, 50% show. And
Yes.
I will say this, stop copying AEW, WWE. I already know what you're doing with the whole AAA and you're trying to be like CMLL and AEW. You're trying to copy it verbatim. You're trying to have the same matches as AEW. Another thing tonight, look, if you're gonna do a ending like that with Solo Sokoa, there better be blood. There
Yes.
better be some mayhem happening. I expected more from you guys. If you're
But they
going to
play
pull, if you're gonna pull the trigger with Solo Father motherfucking Sokoa, you better have his people there.
true.
You better, I get what they're doing. They're doing another bloodline. I think this is gonna be better than the original bloodline.
Yes.
Solo Sikoa is on fire right now. His
And
character
right.
I'm enjoying.
So okay, so with that, would no, because Haku has his son, so that ship probably already sailed with that one. So they're not gonna come back together. But
Well, I think, to me, they should join forces. I think it would be cool because right now Solo Sikoa is acting like the Godfather.
yeah, and then also don't forget you have Zilla in NXT at the moment. So
Well, I already see Zilla Fatu joining Solo Sikoa's group. I do.
yeah,
I
yeah,
do not
because
have him. I do not have him joining.
no,
He's way too energized. And to me, it fits more with Solo Sikoa than it would a actual Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns right now, the thing that I saw that I don't understand what they're giving them black flowers and oh, these are my captains. These are my what are we in what are
oh
we doing?
yeah, I saw
Roman
that.
Empire shit? What are we gonna have knighting ceremonies next? Roman? Roman, stop your own booking. Brother, it's not working. It hasn't worked. You're
Yeah,
like LeBron James. You're trying to make super teams and you fucking suck. It's very
you mean Rome?
apparent. It's very apparent who's booking who because Solo Sokoa is literally being booked by Triple H, it looks like. And you're being
Okay,
booked terribly. Let's keep that for real on this show. Because I seen it, it just feels like there's two different styles of booking going on. You got Roman Reigns booking for himself, which you could see it comes off flat. And then you have
yeah,
Solo Sikoa that's fresh.
yep, he does, and right now Solo is on a bit of a run.
Well, Solo is a lot better. He's energized. It's like a shot in the arm.
He's on a bit of a run, and you can you can see that you can see that he's learned his lessons from his early days on the main roster. Remember when we everybody used to make jokes about
Well,
Solo can't
okay.
do this?
So can I be honest with you why that was? They rushed him into a what is it, North American title that
Yes,
I thought personally they rushed it. They botched him. At the very beginning, they botched him to the point to where I said they brought him in too soon. They legitimately brought him in too soon and they didn't let him fly. They didn't give him the time that he deserved. And a lot of people made fun of him for it.
yes, they
Ye-
did.
And didn't even get this guy a chance because I said there was at the time, if you what you when you were a viewer, you said the same thing to me. At the time, we both agreed Solo Sikoa was pulled up way too soon.
Yes, he
Way too
was.
soon. He should have had time to sit down in NXT and develop.
Yep.
I
So
kind of call him the Sam Darnold of wrestling because now you're starting to see him come into character and he's the brighter side. He is legitimately the brighter side of Monday Night Raw. In fact, I would put him at number 2 right now on Monday Night Raw. I said that. He's number 2 right now on SmackDowns and Raws.
okay,
And my top heels, right? One in particular has now gone down a few pegs. Logan Paul is now not my top heel anymore in WWE. He's gone
okay,
down so many pegs for me. And I blame and I don't know if you agree with me, co-host, but we could see here and I kind of blame it on WWE creative.
true.
So
Because
what did you think of tonight's Raw?
um, with the clips and with the clips and highlights that I watched, well, I did I did say to you before the match between Solo Sikoa and Jay Uso last week that Solo's gonna ingratiate himself a little bit, and then he's gonna make that hit upon Roman Reigns, and you saw that tonight. So let
You called that right down the middle, so I was wrong. You called that right in the middle.
because right now, um, Solo does not want to go back to that old way. He know he knows, and creative that's behind him knows, man, this thing is hot. This thing is hot like a motherfucker. You got to put you got to put that battery pack behind his back, that rocket ship, and let him go. Now he can go. Now he has learned his lessons while on the main roster from his early days, and you can see it. So that's one thing that I saw out of that. Um, Soruka, WWE, what are we doing having Soruka facing off against Lara Valkyria? Because
You
it
just
seems
buried you buried Laya Valkyria. That tells me here's the thing.
it,
That tells me go ahead.
it seems to me, yeah, it seems to me you put Soruka in a situation where, okay, you know she's gonna beat Lara a heel, which wait a minute, that's not supposed to happen. But you are telling us that okay, Soruka is gonna go down a peg before she gets back up. No, 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 no. Soruka right now should be in that situation with Stephanie Valker and Becky Lynch for a triple threat number one contenders match for that women's world, with the winner facing off against Liv Morgan for that women's world title. But instead, you just throw her with Lara Valkyria and let her bury Lara Valkyria, the heel. Man, oh man.
Well, here's your problem with all that, right? Here's your problem. So
Mm-hmm.
ready for it? Bailey's the X factor in all of what's going on, right? So
Okay.
my thing is you kind of left Laya Valkyria if Bailey is gone, if the rumors are true, what she's teasing and everything, who knows? Maybe her contract went out early. I'm speculating, okay? So if that's the case, then Laya Valkyria is virtually she's being punished. Think about it. WWE's this way. It always has been this way. They
For
punish
punish.
their stars.
Yeah.
So they're most likely probably punishing her big time
For what
for
she did.
what Bailey has done. Technically, I think
Wait,
her
wait.
push is I think her push is going to be stifled.
Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, I do.
Because because of what she did to Bailey.
No, I'm saying is what's going on with Bailey right now currently, right?
Yes.
So Bailey, everybody's not happy with. Supposedly that's the reports coming out that the people are not happy with Bailey and all this different shit, right?
Okay.
So I think Laya Valkyria is a casualty. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I think she's a bona fide casualty.
for what's going on with Bailey and the fact
It
that
kind of reminds me of John Moxley to EC3.
okay.
It's what I believe. I could be wrong, and I've been wrong on this show before, but I just think she's a casualty. I really do think she's a glorified casualty.
Oh,
Um, I honestly think too, like, why are we having Matt like Sol Ruka did not need her and vice versa. And I just think, there's that they're I say that in a good way. They're stifling both of these characters. They should be way further ahead than they are.
true.
So Ruka does not need to be sitting and having mid card matches. To be honest with you, at this point, she should be up in the upper tier. She should actually be up where Liv Morgan's at right now, we should be having a fatal four way for that, or a triple threat, or a fatal four way for
Triple
the
to four.
title.
Yes, because you're gonna have the heel versus three babyface. So I would put, but see, I would put the babyface characters to face off against one another in a triple threat, and then with the winner of that faces off against Liv Morgan for the women's world title.
Well, think about it in this way. They should do what AEW is doing, being mixed bags of fatal four ways for titles. Take a look what
Okay,
they're doing. Take a look what AEW is doing this week. To be honest with you, look at the fatal four way that me and you are sitting and complaining about. That should be on your all in kickoff show to make your kickoff show great. To me,
true.
that's a missed opportunity on AEW's part. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, here on this show, we do give the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to all shows.
Oh
And
yes, we
I don't
do.
want to. And I don't want to hear you get much. It's you're covering WWE. Yeah, we are, because a lot of you like still WWE, and I want to give the fans what they want.
Yeah.
I want to give you guys what you want. And thank God we didn't see Danhausen this week on Monday
Uh,
Night Raw. Thank God.
yes, we did.
Oh, we did again. Great. Because I
Cause
didn't
it's
see it. I didn't see it on Netflix. Thank God. Maybe I skipped through it.
yes, we did. Guess what? It was a birthday housing. It was a birthday housing for him. It's his birthday. That's
Jesus.
why. See,
Jesus.
they did it during the commercial. They didn't do it during the live broadcast. They
Thank,
did it.
thank, 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 holy God. Thank goodness I skipped through the whole thing.
Yeah, they did it
I'm
through.
sorry. I am sorry to any WWE fan out there that likes Danhausen, but he's the guy that I swipe gone. Gone. It's
Yeah.
bad. It's terrible. Even my co-host is going, they've just put this man way too much on TV. I'm kind of I
Well, he's
can't
gonna be
I
more. Listen, well, like I said, he's gonna be more on TV now that he is one of the ambassadors, celebrity ambassadors for the New York Knicks.
yeah. I feel sorry for Nick
Uh,
fans.
huh?
I feel sorry for Knicks Nation.
Let me see. I'm your number one tribal chief for Knicks Nation right here. Thank you. Wait,
I feel sorry for you guys.
I can hear it now. Madison Square Garden is going to descend upon darkness for Halloween.
Oh,
Danhausen.
and by the way, WWE, I am hearing the fake crowd noise. You are bringing in piped in crowd noise. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you guys this: they are putting it in full effect, because tonight I heard like the old. You could do it yourself. All you gotta do is
Two,
get a blow dryer, record it, and you can actually reverse it on
two,
audio on Audacity, and you can make it sound like it's a piped in crowd noise. Fun
2000,
fact.
yep, Shades of 2017 all over again. Remember that?
Yeah, they're going. It's
Yeah.
literally you could take a um like I said, you could take a blow dryer, record it, and then turn it backwards, and then you can hear it go. And that's
Oh
how
yeah.
you get it. That's how you get the
Yeah.
fan.
Shades of 2016 and 17 when they were pumping in the crowd noise to levy out the booze. Yeah, okay, WWE, you're
And
doing
and
that.
by and by the way, WWE, you are doing it, and I know you guys are, because I know what real crowd noises are. And
Yeah.
don't and what's next? You guys are gonna go say this is wrestling next? You're gonna start doing that because you guys did that during the Vince McMahon era.
Yes, you did. And
A
it's
lot.
back. And it's back. It sucks. People now know that it sucks. But like I said, like I was telling you over the phone over the weekend, I was talking to one of my DJ friends about WWE and how it's due and how everything is with it. And I basically spit it, and I basically spit the knowledge, spit a little bit of knowledge, and I said, right now it ain't all that good, and you still want to, you want to spend your hard earned money to go see a show, knowing that you're not going to get much of the crowd there because the people already speaking with their wallets. They know that it's a bad product, but they can't go out there and say it because you know the criticism online is going to come as, oh, you're a WWE fan, so why is it that you are talking that way? Well, when you chastise people like that, they're going to speak with their wallets and they're going to walk.
Well, they conditioned okay, so for years, WWE has conditioned the fan to go, "We're the number 1, we are kid friendly," and now people are starting to revolt on it because, like, AEW has shown you, you can have blood and have kids in the audience,
Yes.
and you can make it interesting
Yes. Oh,
without how and still keep it PG-13.
and yeah. Well, even though that's what's AW TV 14 or something? Yeah, TV 14.
It's TV 14, yes.
Yeah, TV 14, and
Or
that
no,
was
now actually, no, it's actually TVDL. So, and then
TVD.
sometimes they do, sometimes they change it to TVMA.
Yeah, TVMA or TVDO. It depends on what kind of. It depends on the kind of show that you want to that you're producing.
So
So,
I'm just gonna say Monday Night Raw tonight, like it was all over the place. Yes, fans need to start understanding that Triple H is kind of being handcuffed at this point. It's very apparent.
but and then I was telling one of my like I said, I told my friend about that, and he said to me, "Well, it's nice that they could have a little bit of a civil war behind the scenes between with Triple H and TKO." I said, "No, that's not good because because when you have a product like WWE, you're gonna have a mixed bag, and people are gonna notice that you're gonna have a mixed bag creatively, and it's not."
Eventually what's gonna happen is it's gonna be like TV shows, or it's gonna be like somebody's gonna get fired eventually down the road. And what's gonna happen is if they keep pulling these shitty ratings, what is happening in Lifetime is people are not watching. Netflix is losing their money on their investment. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fun fact coming out of the Netflix camp. They are losing money. That's why they're shoving so many ads down your throat, and ESPN's doing it because what people are doing is they're not watching it live as it's happening. What they are
No,
doing is because they're shoving so many ads. I would understand. Okay, hear me out. I'm not against ads. I'm against the fact that now it's becoming very egregious to the point to where a lot of people are like, fuck it. Why do I need to watch it now? I can watch it later and be a later viewer and skip the parts that I want to watch.
and
That's what's happening.
just like what I do because whenever I want to watch it live or anything else of the nature, I watch it through a third party site or watch it later because then you can be able to have it full screen while the commercial is on with the countdown clock in the upper right hand corner, and
Well,
that's
here's what's happening. So ESPN started doing this where they zoom out the picture. So let's say they have a full screen of wrestling, they put picture to picture, so you're getting a commercial and they're still doing the wrestling. You're missing
yes,
out on commentary, you're missing out on a lot of shit.
yep,
And Netflix, stop shoving the 4K. I gotta get 4K package. Do you already know how much I'm spending on you bitches? I'm spending 15.99, and then you want me to spend $4 more to say, oh, I have 4K. I know I have a 4K OLED TV, but who can afford now with food prices going up again? Who can afford Netflix?
yeah,
Motherfuckers. I'm about to go down to ads. Because if you guys keep nickeling and diming and you wonder why people are canceling, and now you're wondering why people are pirating the shit. Why? Because
Yeah,
you're charging way too much to watch it and you're throwing in 12 ads.
of
12
course.
ads. So now you're doing picture to picture with ads, and then you're throwing ads. No wonder why motherfucking people are going, I'll just watch it after the fact. Fuck off. That's what they're
Yeah,
doing. They're just going, fuck off.
that's it. And
And
when
I
you
and I
watch,
don't mean I want to say this on the show. I have respect for your DJ friend, but that's your typical WWE fan. Oh,
yeah,
because they've been conditioned. They've been so conditioned to believe one thing so
yes,
long.
and and because he had said to me, he spent his hard-earned money to go to Vegas for Smack for not SmackDown, WrestleMania and the Raw after Mania.
And by the way,
But
no disrespect to your friend. That's just your typical WWE fan because they've been conditioned. It's like eating
true,
cereal. It's like eating brands of cereal. People have allegiance, right? Think about it in this way. It's like soda. People like Pepsi. People like Coke, and they have an allegiance to it. One's, we each to their own when it comes to that. I drink both. If I don't have Coke, you get the point. The point is, it's like earphone companies. It's like TV manufacturers. It's like cars. People have to be conditioned, and when they go to the other side, they're like, "Holy shit, this shit is great." It would be
yeah.
like me eating at Applebee's all the time and then going, "That's the greatest shit on earth," and then I go over to, mom and pop B, and I'm like, "Oh, well, why haven't I not been here in a minute?" You know what I mean? So it's kinda like the typical WWE fan. They've been conditioned for so long to believe in one thing.
And
And
again, we have to ask the question: why do we have to have our top stars being 30, 38 and older? I know I'm 40, so okay, great. But in wrestling, in athletic age, that's kind of you're getting you're old on that totem pole that
okay, so then Smooth, and I'm gonna do this because, there's gonna be somebody in the comments and, "Oh, AEW does Kenny Omega is 40 and he's the champion and we got John Moxley almost pushing 40. What are you on about, Smooth?"
well, here's the difference. They're not they're not shoving that in our faces like how they're doing it in WWE. What? Oh, we're gonna get Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. Kevin Owens is pushing 40. Then you get
Kevin Owens is 40, he's 41.
41. Then you get Gunther. Who else?
Gunther's 37, I think.
37. He's getting there. So Drew McIntyre is about 38. Drew
And where's that
McIntyre.
and where's he been lately, too? Like, that's the thing too.
Drew McIntyre is 38. Then you have Seth Rollins is what, 40?
I think he
And
is
then
already. I think he's 40 exactly. Yeah, yeah.
40. Roman Reigns is what, 42?
40.
40. So, okay, there goes your
And then so your top stars right now are literally like CM Punk's 45, 46.
45.
Kevin
Yeah.
Owens is 41. Sami Zayn is 40.
Oh, yes. Sami Zayn is 40. Yes, he is. So,
To me at this point it should be I'm going to say this to you, on WWE, it should be the youth movement at this time. Roman Reigns should be kind of out of wrestling at this point, cuz at this point The Rock was out of. If we're gonna go by last generation, the only person from last generation that stuck around longer than he needed to be was John
John Cena.
right?
Yeah. So, John Cena stuck around. But see, the thing was, John Cena knew, okay, part time. He started cutting down the appearances in the matches. So basically,
Well,
he
you gotta give John Cena respect though, because if you really go there, John Cena kind of like this is where Roman needs to be and Cody need to be ambassadors and leave it the way they found it, and they should start putting over talent.
yes, and that's what John.
Cody needs to start putting over like Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes. And these are talents that are probably going to be lost in the sauce coming soon. They're going to take too long. And
Yeah,
to me, why do we still have Trick Williams sitting in the US title side?
that's true.
And then we have Baron Corbin that is 40 holding a belt that he didn't need. He should be a
Okay.
jobber. He should be coming in. He should be a jobber. That's what he was originally. That's what you signed him for because you've pretty much fired any talent that really look, Andre Chase, you could have kept, to be honest with you. You could have
True.
kept people that you fired out of those stack. You could have kept Zoe Stark. You could have kept these are people that you could have kept. Nikki Cross didn't need to be fired.
No,
And
but
to me,
but
these are I'm going there because these are you're pushing. I don't know. To me, you're pushing these old talents. Roman
and then
Reigns is doing the same shit again.
in the women's division, who are we pushing? Okay, Charlotte Flair is what, 40?
Well, Charlotte Flair is not going after a women's.
Becky Lynch, she's close to 40.
By the way, got to give Charlotte Flair respect because she is helping out the youth.
Is she?
She's staying at the bottom card with the tag team titles, and she's kind of working her way. You know, golf claps to and major respect to Charlotte Flair. I have a lot of respect for Charlotte because she's leaving it the way she found it. That's how it
Okay.
should be done in wrestling. Like wrestling, if you're pushing older, and I listened to Chris Jericho the other day, and Chris Jericho made a lot of sense why he signed with AEW and why this man is putting over talent. He said that, look, I'm one of the founding fathers of AEW, and I want to leave it the way I found it. When I came in, I got pushed. Now it's my turn to push stars that need to be pushed.
Okay.
That's how
Good.
it should be.
Oh
And
yes.
Charlotte Flair is like, look, I don't need a title to be popular. I don't need to be this, that, and a third. I'll be this, that, and a third no matter what fan. And she's showing it. Prove it.
But see, and
Now what she's gonna do is, which is cool, is gonna help out Tatum Paxton. And
okay.
that's building a star. I think Tatum's the next version of Alexa Bliss if she stays healthy.
Yes. And she could stay and you know what? For Tatum, I so far in, NXT and the main roster, she has been able to stay healthy for the most part.
And here's the other thing. You're building up fatal influence with Charlotte Flair taking losses. You're building up cool storylines, paying homage to Bray Wyatt. I have no problems with it, but it better be a stepping stone for Tatum Paxley, right? The payoff should be here for Paxley. It should be Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte Flair at down the road. That's what it should be. Then you should have Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair, and then you turn around and then you have Paxley, and then they turn heel. You know what I mean? That's how you would do it in that aspect. And I think they got something brewing there. And then Charlotte Flair doesn't have to be wrestling all these matches per year either. You're doing her a
Oh,
service. Charlotte Flair got devastated, hurt with her knee. So you're doing
yes.
her a favor. She don't need to really be wrestling all the time.
No. Now with Becky's what, pushing 42.
Becky's pushing 40, so yeah, of course.
Becky's pushing 40 and still want to have a women's world title match. I mean,
I don't
okay.
get that. I don't understand that. I don't get
So
that one.
let me get this straight. You are pushing Becky, who is what, 30, probably like 38, 37, 38.
I think she's
Me,
39, I think, or 38, 39.
38, 39, around my age. But yet, you have a more younger Stephanie Vaquer and Sol Ruka behind you that needs to get that should be pushed towards that women's world championship picture.
Again, I will say this: Roxanne Perez is behind all that, and I don't understand why we're not pushing these three women as
For
your new
Perez.
your new futures.
There you go. Because Stephanie Vaquer is what, in her like 30s or something, early 30s.
I think she's like 28, 29, starting to be
28.
coming into her prime.
So Ruka,
I know Liv Morgan's 32, 33.
because Ruka's about 20 something.
Well, my whole thing with the guys, if you're watching this or you're listening, um, we're just saying, look, I appreciate some of the pushing of things, right? Like LA Knight, now they're finally putting an infamous step. Too long, waited too long. Now they're Solo Sokoa. I'm grateful they're doing it. On the women's side, I'm kind of grateful that Soruka's getting wins, but I don't see the victory tonight on Raw being something that I go, oh well, it's great. I'm going,
No,
oh, that's great. That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's like you put her in this mid card match where she should be right now. Okay, you you had her lose, and you took the title off her, took the women's intercontinental title off of her. Now she should be working her way up towards a women's world championship title. Into that picture. So
Right.
right now,
Absolutely.
just WWE is pushing more of the older stars that they trust in, and everybody else gets stifled, and they
You
have to earn.
know, what happened to the WWE that we grew up as kids that they took chances on young stars?
There's no more there.
And
No more.
here's the other thing. Why are we playing it safe? Like, look, I understand Uma Femi. I've said this before and I'll say this again on the show. I get he's the next big thing. So is Almost. I get that too. But at the same time, you were building Braun Breaker up, and I think Braun Breaker should be your next future. I think he should be built around.
Yes,
And
and this is where I told my friend about this. Yes, you're very excited and confident in Obafemi and Braun Breaker, but they're in a situation where, as we just said, they're pushing more the older stars than the younger stars. So
I disagree with that in some ways. So hear me out on why I disagree with that. Okay.
okay,
So you had Uma Femi beat Brock Lesnar,
yes,
and Brock Lesnar gave him the torch. Here's what's
which
gonna
is
happen. The problem is, I said this when we were talking on the phone. Braun Breaker was pushed and then he got injured. And then Seth Rollins got injured as he was coming back off the show.
yes,
So, and it kind of screwed Braun Breaker from momentum. Because if you really go there, Braun would have had the title, the world heavyweight title. I think he would have won it, to be honest with you. And
true,
then what's his name? Sorry, Roman Reigns would have beat him anyway, eventually. I think that's what they
yes,
were gonna do eventually with that. And then Braun Breaker should have just gone up the ladder and then faced, let's keep it for real, should have faced Brock Lesnar and beat him to be the next big thing. But because he got hurt, Uma Femi, what were they gonna do with him? They finally, he held the title for too long. He vacated it, kind of like an Asuka, and then all of a sudden, here we are, late mid 2026 into the early fall, and it just seems to me like Uma Femi's going to earn his what should have been Braun Breaker. Now, I like both wrestlers. I think they're amazing, but if you're going to go there, it's going to be if I, way I see it, the way Triple H sees it and the way TKO sees it, it's Uma Femi that they see more than they do an actual Braun Breaker, and it's unfortunate, but that's
yeah,
that's what they're leading. That's what they're leaning to. They have more faith in Uma Femi to go against Roman Reigns than a Braun Breaker versus a Roman Reigns.
that's
I
true.
don't know. I don't know what they're seeing because Braun Breaker could put on great matches because he put on great matches in NXT for so long, and Braun can go on the mic. He doesn't really need a Paul Heyman like that. I feel sometimes Paul Heyman, they put him in the wrong positions and it stifles the, for instance, Logan Paul. Logan Paul's been so stifled in the fucking vision. It's not even funny. They're holding him back.
Yeah, they are. They
And
are.
it's depressing to watch. These are the things with WWE why I don't really watch their shows. Like I don't sit down and watch a 3 hour show. Well, tonight I did because I had nothing better to do and I was bored. And sometimes I'll watch that stuff because I'm bored. But again, because I gotta be your WWE correspondent on the show, right? I gotta tell you if there's ads or not. But again, as I was saying to you, my co-host, and what you were saying to your DJ friend, the truth is the truth. The truth is this, right? The truth is your friend has been conditioned in the WWE bubble for too long. That's what that's
Yes,
about. And he's just playing, I'll just accept whatever. But I guarantee you probably told him there's AEW over here, man. If you want the better kind of wrestling and more
yeah,
action,
and that's what I told him. I said, and this is what we're talking about when it came to them choosing WrestleMania, because WrestleMania next year was supposed to be in New Orleans, but then they flipped it a week later and said they're going to Saudi over London, over London, and you know you could have had your
well,
smack.
well, we all gotta know this at this point. Saudi, when they want something, they're gonna get it.
Of course, it's about the money, and
Yeah,
plus,
it's always been that way.
and they have investment in WWE with when it comes to Riyadh season.
Yep. They have a deal with them for big matches and shit like that. Yep.
Of course, so you get your crown.
So does Netflix. So there you go.
Yeah, you get your crown jewel. Remember, they get the crown jewel Night of Champions. They got their Royal Rumble. Now here comes WrestleMania. So
And by the way,
and
guys, I'm not giving you a review score because to be honest with you, I told you guys this if I was reviewing WWE shows and they have so many ads, what's the point of reviewing when I see an ad every other minute?
no,
It's becoming disgusting. Like if I have to see a Blue Chew commercial or I have to see a Netflix this, Netflix that, there's a problem.
Blue Chew. Ugh, what the fuck?
Too many ads.
Yeah, too many. That's why people are tuning into
The
third parties,
replays. The replays. On
third
Netflix,
party.
you don't you on Netflix on replays, you don't get all the ads. That's what people are doing. Netflix
No,
doesn't understand. No, Netflix doesn't get it. When you shove too many ads in people's faces, when you originally said there was not going to be ads, people are going to walk. People are
and they're
going to
wa-
fucking walk.
and they're watching it through the third party sites as well.
Well,
So
yes, people are selling this. Look, we'll keep it for real here on this show. People are pirating your shit, WWE. Why? Because either A, you're charging way too much and
yes,
you're not reading the room, and two, too many ads. Who has time? Like, you'll do a match on a pay-per-view, and I've never seen this in all my life. You'll do 3 minutes of ads. Who the, it's a pay-per-view. What
yeah. So
you
so
guys are missing the point of a pay-per-view.
but but Rave, you know you got to hear from the curmudgeon. Oh, well, AEW goes through the same thing as well because you get it on TBS and HBO Max, and they put it in picture, and you see the commercial when they said they're going to be right back.
Okay.
That
By the way, let's I'll tell the Gamudget this. Let's tell the Gamudget this. Okay, that's like
uh,
acting like a Karen like this. 4 minutes of ads and 12 ads. They put it up. They put a fucking counter where AEW, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to watch the first minute of AEW. You can actually let it sit for 10 minutes and you can fast forward through the ads. There's your concept. Oh, they keep it like the normal TV, like the
yeah,
normal
because
TV broadcast. And then they'll
oh
do every once in a while because they have to. They do little ad breaks here and there. Very, very rare that they sit and do a 4 minute set section. No,
no,
sometimes when it's kind of broken their live stuff, but it's way better than WWE. Okay, they give you, they do the same thing with the hockey stuff, the same thing with the baseball stuff. If you watch it on HBO Max, so
yeah,
I'm not complaining over that. That's normal TV shit.
yeah.
I won't
Well, some
complain over normal TV ads because they tell you on the broadcast that there is going to be on HBO Max. So
Of course.
I'm not gonna moan and groan. And by the way, here's a trick. If you don't like the ads on WWE, let WWE shows go an hour, and then you could fast forward through the supposedly the 12 ads. You can actually fast forward through them. You don't have to sit and watch the ads itself.
No,
That's a
not
trick
at
around it. That's a little cheat code for you guys. Eventually, they'll probably patch that to where you hit that little like yellow mark on it as it's
yes.
still live, and then they'll make you watch an ad because Netflix is greedy. Listen, I pay for the non-ads, and I still get ads for Netflix with WWE. They don't give a shit about you. Netflix don't
No.
give a shit about you. You are literally being farmed for your data, and you're also being or your metadata, and you're also being used for advertisement.
Yeah, because if you don't want the ads, then get my AEW, then get the my AEW app, and you can watch AEW from there.
Well, they don't give you the live broadcast of the Dynamite
Yeah.
and pay-per-views and things like that. Well, the pay-per-views they do, but you have to pay for them. They don't
But
give it
for
to you
the
after the fact. Now, fun fact, if you guys want to watch the pay-per-view, they do give it to you a day after the fact on HBO Max, I believe.
yes, they give it to
So,
you. Yeah, they give it to you the day after. So, yeah, that's what the curmudgeon will complain about. But
I'm just pointing out to you guys that the motherfucking 12 ads are terrible. I don't think it's a great idea. I think, look, I get it. You got to make money. I get it. But this is the point. You have people on X, you have people on Blue Skies, Reddit, Facebook are all saying the same shit. They watch it after the fact with their morning breakfast, or they're sitting back and watching it hours later because they skip through the ads.
me too. That's what I do.
Or a lot of people don't have Netflix, and what they do is they go and pirated the damn shit.
Yeah, and like I was
Sorry,
telling.
YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. I know. I know. I'm not supposed to say that word. Sell the seven C's. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. Cancel me over it. It's the truth. It is the truth.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
And by
And,
the way, I'm not gonna sit here like JD from New York and dance over a real topic because it's the truth. Most people are pirating the shit because I don't know if I don't know JD New York and all these people that say I have liquor in my cabinet. Have you seen liquor prices? Have you seen food prices? Have you seen car prices for gas? Uber
but they don't.
prices have gone up. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Uber prices have gone up. Yeah, because sometimes whenever I'm not doing my driving, I take a Uber. So
It's
yeah, that's
expensive.
yeah. Sometimes it's like you can't wait for the promotions of like $15 on the Uber to take. You got to take it. But yeah, it keeps going up because you know what, gas prices keep going up, man. They say, oh well, the gas prices are down. No,
Well my point is people are picking and choosing what they watch, and they're picking and choosing what they get. And I'm
what
telling
they
you, a lot of wrestling fans are not watching it. They're not buying Netflix to watch wrestling. They're going to the third party pirate site and they're going, "Yo, me mateys, this is what we're doing."
yeah,
And I don't want to
yeah.
hear from I don't want to hear from the curmudgeon. I don't want to hear it.
No, no, and listen to you curmudgeon, don't want to hear it, and now you want to sit down there and finally wake up. You have awoken out of your slumber, man. What took y'all so
So
long?
real quickly, as we were talking about
Raw,
on 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 about YouTube, we were on the when you were on the phone. Look, I get you guys worship Eric Bischoff, Conrad, a few of these people, JD from New York. Look, and Sala
sir.
Bland Monster.
Solid Blind Monster. Yeah, Solid Blind Monster. Okay.
Let's just keep it for real. And Jonathan Coachman, and a lot of these other people. Look,
Also,
I'm
and also,
I and I want to say this, like, guys,
and also, Dave Seltzer Meltzer.
guys, stop with the whole justifying the shit. Call it for what it is. It's garbage. If a show's garbage, you cannot dress a pig up. I'm sorry.
No.
You can't put on a brick, "This was a great show, ha, ha, ha." No, a white flaming turd is a white flaming turd.
What did I say to you? Remember what we said right after WWE bought Sirius XM and Dusted Open? What was about to happen?
Was gonna go to shit.
No, not only that, the content creators are gonna get a little bit into the of WWE. You know,
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you on this show, and I told Smooth this earlier when we were talking. So I'll tell you guys straight up what I was saying, right? I'll straight up tell you. This show, we're probably never gonna be at a media scrum. We're probably never gonna be at these big high-end meetings with these companies because we're just called for what it is. We're doing a show, and I'm not like Conrad. I'm not like any of these other people. And the reason why I'm not is because look,
we don't need to.
I don't get paid from these companies. I do this for the fun of it because
We
I
don't need
love
to.
wrestling.
We don't. And let's be real. We don't need to. We don't need to sit down there and suck dick to these companies neither, because all of a sudden we like it and we're gonna take it and we're gonna take it all the way. No, 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 no,
Oh,
no. We got
and I'm probably not gonna get any. We're probably not gonna get any interviews with wrestlers. Maybe some in the future when we get
maybe
bigger,
some.
but I guarantee not because the way we talk, it's just the truth, guys. I'm gonna call it for what it is. Right now, wrestling as a whole,
It's
some of it's good and some of it's terrible.
yes. It's
And
basically it's basically a little bit down the middle with it's basically kind of down the middle of the here and now with it. So yeah,
I will say this about and by the way, yeah, I'm about to get to it. I know you guys are gonna ask me, well, Wraith, what about Jay Cargill? She's a botch fest.
the botch fest.
It's
I'm
not
so
me just saying it. It's not just me saying it. James Romero just pointed out in a retrospect on her matches, she's quite literally a botch fest.
yes,
It's not.
yes.
I'm not the only one saying it. Jade, I'm sorry. I'm not in my mom's basement. Hi, I'm from the desert, and I will call you a trash wrestler.
Because
Yeah,
listen,
trash wrestler. You're the only wrestler I know that your wig fell off in the middle of a match, and then you trying to justify it.
Jade, at least get your natural hair in. I would say this. That did not happen to Naomi nor Bianca Belair. So yeah.
Bro,
And
like I'm gonna say this.
and,
I'm gonna
and,
say
and,
this. She is the Ben Simmons of wrestling.
and by the way, don't and by the way, to all you curmudgeon out there talking about Jay Cargill is all the sliced bread and shit. AEW covered up her flaws much better than WWE. And now we're seeing it. So don't go over there. Don't come here complaining. Talk about, oh, why you talk about Jay Cargill this way, bitches? She's a fucking botch fest for real. Go get better, Jade. We want we
I'm gonna keep this real with the budgets on this show. I'm gonna keep it very, 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 very for real. I'm gonna give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I don't care if I call your favorite wrestler trash because I guarantee you'll call my favorite wrestler trash
yeah. Me
and
too.
bland.
Yeah,
So again, I don't care. I call it the way I see it. I call balls and strikes. I call it the way I see it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've been proven wrong before. So my co-host has proved me wrong. And I will sit here and I will die on my hill. Jay Cargill's garbage. And and I will say this on the show, if you guys think Jay Cargill's the best and everything, I want to know what you're drinking. I want to know what drugs you're smoking. I want it. I want to be on your stupidity train.
because listen, AEW was more better for her than anything else. But she said she wanted to be here for greener pastures. I said, you want to be here, you got to put in that work, girl.
Yeah,
Now,
she was offered a bag full of money
promises.
with promises with AEW, and then she turned around and took less money with WWE.
Oh, she took
Oh,
left.
she took less money to be with WWE. Oh yeah.
Oh. Oh,
Oh,
so Jay,
and by the way, I also want to say this, Mr. Royce Keys. How do you feel looking stupid now being in WWE, Mr. 41? Oh, wait, you're 41? Or are you 35? Are you 25?
because no, because here's what it gave it away. When he did that interview with Matt Barnes and all the smoke behind the scenes at the Intuit Dome, he said, "Oh,
And by the way, Royce Keys, you're another good budget that lies, another wrestler that fucking thinks you're hot.
thinks you're what hot shit,"
He thinks he's hot shit.
because it gave it away. He's like, "Oh, I have a son that's 20 years old." Like, what? You have a son that's 20? So how old are you, man?
What did
I
you
was
start
like,
having
oh.
kid? What did you start having kids at 16?
Nah, he had his first child when he was 20. I was like, hold on. But no, 21. I'm like, hold on. So let me get this straight here. Your son is 20, 7 feet, and how old are you? I had to ask because, hold on, you telling me that, oh yeah, your son is 20, and you're 41. Oh, damn. Another old one. See? What are we talking?
And here's the thing: and AEW covered his flaws.
Yes. Yes, they did.
And
AEW
by
did
and
cover
by
it.
and by and by the way, Royce Keys, you weren't great shit in AEW, and you even went down a couple pegs. You digress.
Well, he said he always wanted to be in WWE. He wanted to be here. So you want to be here? Guess
I could definitely see him being released.
okay. Him? Yes. Yes. He could be released because whatever. But see, with Jade is like, eh,
Jay could
brother,
be released tomorrow, and I wouldn't cry over it.
Jade. Jade, you should have stayed
But
in
anyway,
AEW.
let's move along. So that was your Monday Night Raw review. To be honest with you
Oh,
guys, I spent way too long talking about that. Oh,
and,
and I don't want to hear Rey Mysterio's turning the clock back. Bro, he should have retired 2 years ago.
oof. Oh shit. I'm not.
That man cannot stay healthy to save his soul.
He went there. Well, he's listen, listen. You are
I'm sorry, co-host. I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna rip me a new one. I'm sorry. I know you're New York Giants, #1 tribal chief here. I'm just gonna say this. I'm sorry, but Rey Mysterio injured is like Jackson Dart with concussion.
oh, you know what? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that right now. I'm giving
I'm
that to you.
sorry. I had to go there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And by the way, and I'll roast my own self for you. Jackson Dart having concussions is like fucking Herbert seeing Ghost in the playoffs.
Oh no, 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 no,
I'll
no.
roast my own self.
We're not going there. You should
Okay,
you
one
should
better. One better. One better. I'll
not,
go there. Luka Doncic having
oh,
hamstring injuries every 10 seconds.
but at least Luca made it to NBA finals. So no, 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 no. You can't do that. Can't do that. You gotta say Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson can't even save
Okay,
himself.
you know what? I will say this on football talk. So we're switching topics. By the way, Rey Mysterio and that match with Chad Gable. I gotta say, the thing that makes that match is Chad Gable's. Whoever changed his interest music is beautiful. That's how it should be. When he comes out, he looks important.
Yes.
Legitimately, legitimately. Everything else was pretty much AAA versus WWE matches. I could care less. Like,
Yeah.
finally, they're putting Ray Phoenix on TV, which he shouldn't be in AAA. He should be Intercontinental Champion. He should be up with his brother already. We've taken this man and we've buried him technically on to triple. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
going to say there. And it's
To
gonna
be,
be Penta. It's gonna be Penta versus fucking Roman Reigns. It's predictable. That tournament
yeah.
is stupid. I don't want to hear from any of you curmudgeons. Oh, AEW. No, no, they're copying AEW. Call it for what it is. Balls and strikes. They're copying. Don't fucking care what you tell me different. They're copying CMLL. They're doing the same shit. Then they're saying, "Oh well, we had courage bringing Roman Reigns." Is no, bitch. You're trying to save a Titanic. That's what you're doing. Because guess what? People are going over to your side. For what I was seeing, from what I've heard, people are kind of getting kind of burnt out on AAA.
Uh-oh.
It's not hitting the same. So I'm hearing that in Mexico City, CMLL is selling out every week.
Yeah.
And they're blowing the roof off the building. They're saying like the crowd noise in those events, they're saying they're going to start recording them so they can put them up on TV
Yep.
because it's exciting. And that's your difference between qualities.
Oh yeah.
WWE, you should have plants that sit in the audience so you can actually record it. You can actually see what a real crowd's about.
You when you hear Grand Slam Mexico and in the ROH show there, you're like, whoa, okay. And the match has not even started and you get goosebumps listening to the crowd.
You have cameras shaking. That's
Cam
that's the difference.
camera shaking, you getting goosebumps. Wow.
When you're having football type crowds that are bouncing up and down during your shows, there's a problem with there is quality differences. I don't want to hear it from these curmudgeons. Oh, WWE. Okay, if they were, the only time they get that is when they go overseas because a lot of the overseas places that they go to, they've never had a wrestling event ever.
No. But see in
See,
Mexico but see in Mexico, they got wrestling every weekend, every week. So they know.
absolutely.
And
So real
and
quickly, over the week, Alistair Black's been in talks with MLW,
okay.
Major League Wrestling, and supposedly AEW. Guys, he's gonna be in AEW. There's just no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Look,
Let them
I think he'll be booked better this time around. I don't think I think they dropped the ball the first time, and he was very. I agree. What I was listening to somebody, one of the bigger shows, talking about him gonna come in and want. I'm fine with that. Let him have it. Look, he's 40. Yes, I'm gonna hear from you. Oh well, he's 40 years old, and yeah, I get that, but you know what? He never really had a chance to begin with, and this time around, let him have what he needs to have. Let him have it.
and and Zelina's gonna be and she's gonna be a good one too. A good addition.
Yeah, to the AEW roster, I think CMLL for her. I think New Japan, if they wanted to go that far with her, she could be in so many different things. She kind of be a Mercedes Monet kind of type deal.
Of course. And that's gonna be one thing going on with that. So yeah, but let's touch on a little bit of the NBA. We're gonna
Real
get
quick,
back to
real quickly, guys. The Continental Cup is happening on Wednesday. More, we're 3 weeks out from. They did something. AEW just did something recently with the Continental Cup on YouTube. I think they were breaking down, and I'm really liking that. They're treating it like an ESPN type deal. I
that.
like that. That is really cool.
They broke it down and they drew the matches.
Yep.
They drew they actually drew it Monday because they said Monday they're gonna be on the All Elite Wrestling YouTube channel breaking it down. So they did that. So the 4 matches are out, and Wednesday you're gonna get the 2 matches. Saturday you're gonna get two, and then next Wednesday will be will be no. Then next Wednesday, no, yeah,
Well,
next
okay.
Wednesday,
So what they're doing is it's going to lead into. So you're going to do. I guess they're going to have the finals at All In.
yeah,
No,
okay,
not
so
All In. They're gonna have the semi. They're gonna have the one semi match at All In. Then the winner will face Mox right then and
I don't know, no, because
that's what they're doing. That's what they're actually doing. The finals and the semifinals are gonna be both at All In.
see, you're gonna drag that along. No, but see, remember Moxley is in the tournament, so he has to defend the title.
So here's my thing. They said finals and semifinals are gonna be at All In.
Okay,
The one match. So you'll have one of the semifinal. You'll have one of the. So you'll have your quarterfinals, and then you'll have your semifinals, and then the finals will be all in.
if you're gonna have
So
one
the
final
night
match,
before, I think that's how they're gonna do it.
they're probably if you're gonna do that, you're probably gonna pull that off at a collision.
That's what I was saying. That's what they're basically. So from what they
So
showed the bracket wise is how it's gonna work out. They're gonna do Dynamite that go home show will be your quarterfinal, and then your semifinal and final is gonna be at All In.
yeah, well, because
Remember, Tony Khan. Just remember, Tony Khan likes to do the whole 6 hour long pay per views. I'm expecting All In this year to be 6.5 hours.
probably for I don't know. We don't know. I don't know.
Last year's was 6.5. I expect this one to be the same.
Okay,
Because remember, they're gonna do pre-show. They're gonna
of
do
course.
pre-show matches, which is another hour. Then you're gonna have probably 4 matches for the pre-show like they did last year. And then you're probably gonna have I'm gonna tell you, last year, I it was dragging on last year. I'm sorry. I got up so early in the I'm not a morning person. I'm an afternoon guy. And I'm telling you, it dragged on and I was getting exhausted.
Yeah.
Last year was in Houston, and trust me when I said to tell you
Uh,
guys,
Arlington, Arlington.
Arlington, thank you. It dragged on. I sat here and I go, is it over yet? I'm telling you, 6.5 hour pay-per-views, my brain goes like caboose mode.
Well, they did
Like,
because they because remember they did yeah, they did 6 hours that they ended and then it was a pick and then it was a WWE show. They
yeah,
did the
I was kind of grateful they did it like afternoon hours. I was like, you know what, this is good. As I'm waking up, I'm watching it. Cool, no
and then
problem.
WWE did some what was it? WWE did a show one of the shows last year, so I don't know. But this year,
My whole thing to all of you guys is AEW needs to stop being so conservative when it comes to their pay-per-views, where they need to worry about WWE. Just go on with them. Look, I'm okay with that. I have a tablet and a computer and a TV. I could put
yeah,
one of them on the TV, the one I really want to watch, and I could put the other one on the tablet and just glance at it.
of course, of course. Well, we'll see. Well, I mean, we'll see about that one because I guess TK said I got a little something planned to counter the WWE for their WrestleMania weekend because what WWE put out there for their WrestleMania weekend here in New York City, and we gonna break that. We could tear that shit apart, rip it apart, and by the time we get there, you ain't gonna have much. You ain't gonna have much
Well,
enthusiasm.
it's a giant shit show. They're giving you NXT and something else, and it's like, bro, I don't give it. Who cares? I'll shit on that. Who cares?
A watch party, NXT stand.
You're doing a watch party, and you're giving me 2 side promotions, and you're telling me that's good enough?
Yeah, with AAA and NXT.
WWE. I'll give you 2 birds because you know what? You're gonna throw so many ads on those shows. It's gonna be an ad fest. It's not really a pay-per-view. You're doing it because AEW is putting on their WrestleMania, and it just makes you guys petty.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you went to Saudi over London. You went to Saudi
They
over London or wherever it was supposed to be. And I said, because like some people, like folks I was talking to, nobody, people don't want to really go on that 12-hour flight from from New York here to Saudi. It's a 12-hour flight.
Oh, and by the way, guys, we're gonna switch topics. So, we're gonna talk some sports talk with you guys real quick.
NBA. Let's get into
So Kawhi Leonard basically was vindicated yesterday.
as I said,
The NBA looks soft as fuck.
as I called it,
By the way, guys, the NBA is soft as fuck. I don't wanna hear you guys no more. I don't wanna hear nope, 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 nope.
as I
Um, who's
as I
the Adam Silver is a soft individual. He's corporate. He let the richest man in the league get away with everything. There's so much evidence that happened on this person. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any of these good budget WWE or sorry, good budget NBA fans say, "Oh, no, no, no.